Etude numbers 8 and 9 can be seen as a pair as they both focus on scales. One is an etude for the right hand, while the other is for the left hand. Let's begin with number 8. In the beginning, we're given a series of one-octave scales. When we discussed the 5-note scale in number 6, we talked about how to build the speed and strength through speed increases. So the first tempo is 2 clicks to one note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The second speed is 1 click to one note. Then you double up and go 2 notes per click. Then you can double up again to 4 notes per click. And you keep going until you reach your desired speed. Now the added element here is the rotation. Taking the last note of the first scale and the first note of the second scale, rotate them back and forth. Repeat this process for the next set. Now, let's go from the second position of the first scale. Now let's add the entire scale. Notice that the wrist through this whole time is much higher. We cannot afford to have it being right here, which is our default position, because then every rotation will become a big dip and you'll never be able to go fast. In the second section, the motion switches over and we rotate from the 5. Let's try that. Now add the scale. And you can see that all the turning starts from above the key, then goes into the key. This is very important for you to keep stressing until your students understand this process. The third type of scale here is a combination of ascending and descending. Again, if you remember from the 6th etude, we had a 3-note scale combined with a descending scale. But now in this case, we have a complete 1-octave ascending scale tied together with a complete descending scale. Then up. Now the trick here is that we actually cannot use regular scale fingering of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because then we will be 1 note shy. So we're actually going with 2 groups of 4. Now we can have the 5th finger begin the descending scale. But instead of crossing over to a 3, we have to cross over to a 4. Again, we have to acknowledge the turn by going into the top a little bit. The added element here is we also have to acknowledge the bottom. So essentially we're going from left to right, low to high, low to high. Let's try. Left to right, left to right. It will really help us to stay inside the motion and then to align ourselves with the movement in the music. One last note. As we begin a 2-octave scale, starting from G, we're actually just 3 notes away from the highest pitch of the keyboard. You notice how much leaned over I am? Your starting point is already not at the center, so you need to kick yourself up. So then now this is where your center is, and you're ready to play the G. Now as you go up the register, keep shifting until you get to your G. Now almost half of my body is in the air. Come back. While you play through the etude, make sure you can remind yourself what the major technique is, so you're not tightening up your forearm as you're trying to go very, very fast and trying to do stepwise motion. In number 9, the left hand is going up and down throughout the etude. Now, notice that my second finger is already on the black key. To compensate for the height, what I need to do is actually lift my wrist up. To this point, now my thumb has to match by going more vertical. Now I can drop back up. Now, as we do more complicated combinations, that goes up, comes back, down, then goes back up again. What we need to really understand is how far do I need to go into the keys and how much do I come back before I have to go back in again so I'm not stuck in between the keys. When we have combinations of the turn, a descending scale, and then a long scale, again, it's important to add accents to break apart the patterns. Instead of trying to blend them. And already I'm starting to feel tension here and a little bit building up in the wrist. To recap, when we play scales, make sure you build strength through speed. First, we begin with super slow tempo and very, very loud and strong attacks. We go 2 clicks, so we're lifting as high as possible and going down into the keys as fast as possible. Then what we do is go as high as possible, but double the speed. This would mean we have no time to do the fast striking. Then as you increase the speed, what you want to do is lift less and less and less and less and less and less off the key until you start from key and you're just running very closely above the key. When we have scales that go low to high, make sure we use our body to support so we're always centered no matter where our hands are on the keyboard. When we change directions, make sure you're accommodating by either rocking to the top, rocking to the bottom, or if you're shaping, think about going low to high. You can also go forward and backwards. When we have to go in between black and white keys, make sure you place your thumb, especially high enough so as you go back and forth, you're not dipping. You can also place the white key fingers closer to the black keys so we're not shifting in and out. I hope you have enjoyed learning these etudes.